Hey guys, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. Bringing this horrific story of Candilyn Michelle Sexton, 30 years old, from Evansville, mother of 4 children, and was in the third trimester of her pregnancy. She was killed by her boyfriend, this monster, Scott Terry Jr., who pow-powed Caitlin multiple times in the head. It's bad enough he pow-powed her multiple times in the head, but while 8 months pregnant, calling him a monster is putting it lightly. I don't think there's words to describe a person like this. And get this, the entire act was recorded on Caitlin's phone. This monster sent the video to his mother and she called the police. Officers responded to a report of a shooting at a home on the corner of West Indiana Street and Limerick Avenue on Wednesday, March 30th. Upon arrival, officers found a lifeless body on the floor. The victim has been identified as 30-year-old Candilyn Michelle Sexton of Evansville. She was pronounced deceased at the scene. A police report obtained by 44 News the next day said that the shooting was captured by Sexton on her cell phone. Police said they were able to view the video, and suspect identified as 30-year-old Scott Terry Jr. was arrested and charged with the murder after admitting to shooting Sexton. The coroner's office said Sexton's preliminary cause of death was multiple gunshot wounds to the head. Investigation is still ongoing. This, this is this is just sad.
On Indiana Street near Limke Avenue. We now know the murder victim's identity, Candilyn Sexton from Evansville. Mitch Carter spoke to family members.
Blue flowers, a handwritten note, and a cross. That's what has replaced the police tape that surrounded this West Indiana Street home. The same home that SWAT broke into only to discover Candilyn Sexton's deceased body. Candilyn's family members say she was the best kind of person.
She was the most kind-hearted, unselfish, great mother, great loving person, the woman you'd ever meet.
Now, police say 30-year-old Scott Terry shot Candilyn in her home yesterday morning. According to a police affidavit, Candilyn was recording with her cell phone when she was shot. The police say Terry then sent that video to a family member who called 911.
Someone's been shot.
Somebody's been shot?
Yes.
Candilyn's family still can't believe it.
The world hurt her in a way that she didn't deserve. She was a good person at heart.
Candilyn's gone now, leaving behind 4 young children. She was also late in her pregnancy, according to family. The surviving children were away from home when the shooting occurred. Terry's being held with no bond and is waiting to go back to court next week. Candilyn's family is doing their best to stay optimistic in their search for justice. For now, Candilyn's family's leaning on one another and living their lives just like she would have wanted them to.
Family continues to process the tragedy. Family friends are reflecting on the love for her children and how this could have happened. Eyewitness News' Cody Bailey met with one of those friends, 10-year-old Shane Dwyer, who was with his mother.
The murder on Indiana Street has left this quiet neighborhood in disbelief, including 10-year-old Shane Dwyer, who would make the trip down Indiana Street to visit his group of friends and their mother, Candilyn Sexton. Sexton, who was pregnant at the time of the murder, leaves behind grieving children learning to cope without their mother.
She was really nice. They looked like they loved her so much.
To Shane and his family, the love was even apparent from the suspect, Scott Terry Jr.
He seemed like a nice guy until the whole incident. He would not be rude or anything.
The tragedy has left a hole in Dwyer's heart as well, who is grieving for his best friend and classmate.
He was my very best friend. I knew him since kindergarten. And I knew his mom too.
The bond between the Dwyer children and the Sexton children almost inseparable, as the two families would spend countless hours playing together, including here in the 2600 block of Indiana Street.
We would go to their house and play. We would ride our bikes, play in their backyard, tag, hide and seek.
With the games on hold, Shane is now taking a more sentimental approach to his friendship.
I made him a card at school, and once I see him, I'm going to try to cheer him up.
Until the empty seat on the school bus is filled again, Shane has a special message for his best friend.
I can't wait for you to come back to school, and we're praying for you.
Man, this is so sad. This is extremely sad. Her daughter speaking at the visual was heartbreaking. I'm not gonna play it here, but you can watch it on Facebook. It's heartbreaking. The family does have a GoFundMe up asking for help. Their goal is to reach 50K. I mean, that is pretty high, but they're saying, she leaves behind 4 children, ages 12 to 5 years old, and the grandfather is going to be raising them, along with the help from other family members. I'll leave the link at the bottom in my description box for anyone that wants to go help the family. But this story, this is extremely sad, and I just wanted to bring this here so we can talk about it. So drop down in the comment box, guys. Let's get the conversation going. With that being said, thank you for watching, and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and hit the notification bell so you'll see when I drop new videos. And guys, follow me on all my platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at Sister Girl Talk TV.